Welcome to my space. So let's take 3 deep breaths together, gather our energy back into our body, spiral down in on the exhale to a slower, safer space. Here we go. Deep breath in. Deep breath in, gathering your energy back. On this exhale, hum and follow the vibration of the sound. Deep breath in. Mm. Wiggle your spine a little bit. Bring your consciousness down through your body into your womb space or your low belly or your pelvic bowl. I am here. Mm. Welcome. I've been talking a lot about embodiment, and embodiment is one part of how I work with people. It's a really important piece. I feel like for many of us, it's the first thing that we need to really access, is like to be able to drop into our bodies, be with what we feel and see and experience inside of ourselves. And then underneath of that, finding the I am here, the soulful self. So that's like a first step. So dropping out of past thinking, forward thinking, um, problem solving, living in your brain or right outside of your brain, and learning to slow down and drop in and being with what's happening right now in an observer space inside of your own body. And then the practice from there is, okay, what do I notice? I notice an emotion, I notice a sensation, I notice a thought. And so far in the videos that I've been sharing, it's just the practice of observing that. Can I let myself feel I am loved, I'm held, I am supported by earth, breath, water, sunlight, moved by the cosmos? So those are the things, like those are really beginning pieces. And as we're working with embodiment and we're dropping underneath and coming outside of just our thinking patterns and learning to be with a different space, a different consciousness inside of your own body, the observer self, we're working largely with child or inner child or like prey nervous system activation. And so much of the healing world at this point is still focused only on healing our inner child nervous system or our prey nervous system, which is great and that is necessary. And it's so necessary that I spend most of my time with lots of my clients in that space until their nervous system really feels like, oh, wait, I am held, I am loved, I am supported by earth, breath, water, sunlight, something bigger than me. So once you have this holding, this sense of something bigger is holding me and I am holding me. My I am awareness is holding the child self that's activated all the time, feeling like you need to fight, flight, freeze, fawn, those nervous system activations. Once we learn how to slow everything down and be inside of ourselves, accessing that I am, the soulful self, then what? Then life can get fun. So the first part, all of what I've been training and teaching and sharing here on this site so far has been really primarily about parenting, reparenting yourself, reparenting your nervous system, getting you out of that space of survival into a space where you can access your divine soulful self. Well, what happens then when you can finally access your divine soulful self? Do we just spend the rest of our life like dropping in and noticing and holding in loving awareness? I mean, you can, and that's like monk material, which, by the way, I have no problem with that. If I wouldn't have had 4 kids, that's definitely the direction I would have gone. I said so many times, if I wasn't a mom, I would be in a monastery. And it was my kids, the fact that I had 4 kids, and I'm a very spiritually in tune person. I needed to figure out how to not abandon my kids for my spirituality and actually be blending my humanity, my motherhood, and my spirituality and my deep, deep desire to be communing in spirit while still being really present in the natural world. And that was a huge catalyst for me working into this place where I now really can hold, because I've worked it inside of myself, this space of being divine soul essence, manifesting, moving through, animating this human body in this human experience uniquely as Emmy. So it's such a joy to hold a space for you to explore that as well. For most of my body, mind, spirit clients, we're working lots of trauma patterns and really trying to get the nervous system out of that fight, flight, freeze, fawn state, really reparenting body and inner child so that now what? Now, how do I learn to let life force or spirit or breath animate me and move me from a very soulful space rather than these external or these protectors and my egoic protections into the world, to be more dynamic, to be in this love affair with life itself, to be co-creating with life itself? How do we do that then? So, if you've done a good amount of work in dropping into that I am space, your womb center, knowing you're embodied, yes, you're embodied, no. If you know how to notice when your inner child or your nervous system is activated and you can hold that part of you in loving awareness and downregulate and notice, am I safe? Am I held? Am I supported by something bigger than me? Can I bring this incredible life force energy through me to bring my gifts, myself, my words, my silence into the present moment with a little bit more confidence and aliveness. So that's a next step. And here's where um, my teachings around womb wisdom and pussy power really come in. And I'm going to have you sit for a second. We're going to drop back down into the I am. Take some deep breaths. Spiral yourself down into your womb space, your pelvic bowl, your I am here. And then, no matter what gender you are, I'm going to invite you to notice your pelvic bowl muscles right at that anus, perineum, vaginal canal space. And you're going to gently squeeze, not a lot, and then you're going to release on the exhale. So on the in breath, just a really gentle, you're just getting your awareness to come down into that beautiful space, that root space inside your body. And then fully relax your tailbone, relax your hips, land there for a minute. And many, many of us are very disconnected from our root, from our sexual energy, from our creative life force energy. So once you know how to hold yourself, once you know how to observe from the I am here space, then you get to start playing with allowing your nervous system and your body to start expanding to hold power, the energy of life force wanting to move through you. So much of why we shut down and we protect ourselves is because it has been shut down in our experience, that when we are more expressive or when we're more creative or when we're more present to real life, when we're laughing out loud, when we're sighing out loud, when we're moaning because the delicious meal, people are really not so great with us, especially in the Western world. Maybe other cultures are good at expressions, right? But in our Western world, not so much. And think of like childhood when you were really expressive. We were taught to be more quiet. We were taught to, you know, work within the confines of the adult world, which was quieter and more controlled. And, you know, um, really trained out of our passion, out of our life force energy moving and creating. And even if you did stay connected to that through music or art or dance, or maybe you were the rebel or the black sheep in the family and you're just the louder expressive one, even if you did stay connected to that, then there's still stories around that inside of your own body. So what I'm going to invite you to do is just play with bringing awareness to the pelvic bowl, to the energy that lives inside of your pelvic bowl. And maybe it's really tight, or maybe you aren't connected there much, but you're just saying hello and you're just getting curious because you want to be able to cultivate an awareness of the energy that lives inside of your sexual organs, the energy that lives inside of your pelvic bowl, and build a beautiful relationship to it, not only keep it relegated for your sexual experiences or maybe not even there, or um, yeah, you just want to build some relationship to that. Another way to do this, if you don't love what I'm suggesting right now, is to work with Qigong or Tai Chi and start working with energy and feeling it in your body. What does it feel like? Or just start getting good at noticing what energies are here. Is it laughter? Is it joy? Is it sadness? Is it anger? And what do those energies feel like when they're trying to move through your body? And so much of the time we're just trying to stuff it, right? That's terrible for our health. It's terrible for our organs, for our fascial system, for our nervous system, for our every system in our bodies. It's terrible for us to just keep trying to shut down. And for those of you who explode after, trying to keep it down and then exploding, then you feel the release, but then it's terrible for everyone around you, right? I've been there, done that, um, done both. So what this invitation is in this video is to first get good at slowing down, dropping into your I am, noticing your divine essence, your soulful self, your I am here, observing more, taking some space between you and your emotion, between you and your reaction, between you and your sensation, between you and all the thoughts or the patterns. So once you have that space, then you get to play with it because now your nervous system, oh yeah, I can be safe right now. I'm rooted, I'm grounded, I'm held by love, by life, by breath, by water, by sun, by cosmos. And then once we have access to that safety and that holding of self, then we get to start playing with being alive to the present moment. What does life force want to do through you? And if you can notice, there's a little dragon in the corner here. Dragon energy has been present in history and myth since the very beginning. The dragons or the elemental dragons in myth, they have all kinds of um, mystical, magical qualities in myth. And dragons have been important for me since childhood. I didn't even know why. I just felt really connected to them. And then as I've expanded into allowing myself to feel energy moving through me, it's like dragon energy. I have this image of dragon holding me. I have this image of dragon moving through me. It can also be seen as snake energy or kundalini energy. And there's caution on that in circles, and for good reason. The energy is really powerful, right? To allow ourselves to fully embody and move in life force energy, especially if we've been contracted and stuck for a very long time. Moving sexual energy all the way through your body for full orgasmic, full body orgasm, or for just a creative life force energy, letting you be more expressive. There's a lot of stagnancy that will want to move if you start playing with these kinds of life force energies. And really, that's all it is. Kundalini energy, life force energy, dragon energy, snake energy. It's just the visuals of life force spiraling up and down your spine, moving life force through you. It's a beautiful way to live. It's an expressive way to live. And again, I see this in seasons and cycles. So then things calm in the winter and they come back in the spring, and you just get to play. You get to be human and divine at the same time. And I will keep playing with these concepts because they're really important to me, and I weave all of this through all of the work that I do. When you come in to me, if you're coming in for a body, mind, spirit session, most of the time we're really just trying to get your body and your nervous system out of survival into a space where you feel safe, where you can hold yourself, where you can separate yourself a little bit from the activations, from the anxiety, from the anger, from the fear, and come into a very grounded awareness, your consciousness dropping out of these stories and reactions into another space, right? If you have already done that work and you're coming into me and you know how to hold yourself and you know how to be present and witness and how to move different emotional energies through your body or sensations, allowing yourself to be with sensations and move with them rather than like being afraid of what you're feeling or what you're experiencing or what the sensation is, then we'll move into now how can I expand my nervous system to hold more powerful energies moving through me, life force. How can I be more in tune with how life force wants to create through me, speak through me, be through me, live through me, express through me, right? So it's a gorgeous, gorgeous process. That is the flow of how I've learned in my own experience to embody and then to feel empowered and then to allow this life force energy to move through me in ways where I'm creating. It doesn't mean I'm not scared. It doesn't mean I don't get activated. It just means I know how to move through all of these things and how to move my sexual energy through as creative life force energy, how to move sadness and anger and fear. I work with it rather than stuff it. And that can happen after you feel like you're held, you're loved, you're supported by something bigger than you. So this is a little bit rambly, but also I think you can hear what the progression is in the work that I do with people. If you have moved out of just that internal parenting, down regulating, and you're ready for really soulful life force creating, co-creating with life force, then that's when we start working with your sexual energy, when we start working with softening into allowing energy to move up and through your body. And yes, it is about also, right, dropping down in and then also moving up and out. So it's both and the descent and the rising. So much love to all of you. Thank you for being here for this one. I'll start talking more about that as well. Really, right now in society, we're needing lots of people to know how to come back into their bodies and downregulate because things are so activated in the collective. So I'm talking a lot about that right now, but I also have a lot of passion for bringing your specific life force energy through you with confidence and to train your body and your nervous system to get ready for that activation to move through you and really help rebuild our world in a beautiful, loving, collaborative way with the rhythms of life, death, rebirth, and the rhythms of the earth and the sun. So much love to all of you. I will be back. I hope you will be too.